Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and it is a hot day. We are working on this 2018 Subaru Forester. We have some pet hair going on the inside. We've got everything all vacuumed up, but we got some dander on the seats, and they just need a good shampooing. And I'm so excited because I got, hang on, let me show you, my new Mytee Lite 8070 heated extractor. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've been using the Aqua Pro Vac. I've had this thing for over 2 years. It has been a solid, reliable unit, very affordable. I first started out with kind of a residential carpet cleaner with the hose attachment. I struggled to get really good results that way. Then I stepped up to the Rug Doctor Carpet Spotter. Again, had its difficulties, but it gave me all right results, but it left things pretty wet and it had a bulky head unit. Then I stepped up to the Aqua Pro Vac, and this is around $475 to $500 for those of you that are wanting something that is more in the affordable price range, but wanting to get more professional results. Now, this is a cold water extractor, and like I said, I've been using this for a little over 2 years very hard. I've actually had to replace the hose here twice. And the reason that I wanted to upgrade, one, I wanted hot water extraction. I wanted a larger capacity because I have to fill this up around anywhere from 1 to 3 times, sometimes even more if it's a really, really bad big exterior or interior. But, you know, on average, at least 2 times, I'm going to be refilling this, and that's downtime. And sometimes it can be a nuisance having to empty it out, fill it back up. I wanted something that had a larger capacity, a longer hose, and the hot water. But another issue that I was having, and I don't know if any of you Aqua Pro Vac owners were having this issue, this hose right here, whenever you take this unit off to empty your water and fill it back up, there's not enough slack in this unit right here, this hose. And so what happens is it pulls and pulls and pulls, and eventually it pops out. And so then you have to stop what you're doing, disconnect everything, get some wrenches, put it back together. And sometimes that can take a few minutes, maybe even longer, especially if you're hot. Things don't want to work properly. And when I am sometimes in a stressful detail, having very limited time, I don't have time to constantly be repairing this. So I wanted something that was a little bit more dependable, reliable, and like you said, like you can see, this it's been definitely hit hard. It's time for you to kind of go out to pasture, have a rest, and we're going to upgrade to the new Stallion. Now, like I said, this is the Mytee Lite 8070 heated extractor. We've got the air head here that I am really excited to try this out. It can come with a stainless steel head. I actually wanted the clear one. I feel like that just gives me a better idea of how much soiling I'm pulling out. If I have clear solution coming through, then we know we've gotten the solution. We have a 15-foot hose. We have a 4-gallon capacity here. We have a 3-stage motor, and I'm trying to think of some of the other basic specs. We do have a heat wrap shield here for our hot water pressure. We have our vacuum, our pump, and then our hot water heater. So what we're going to do is just get this basically set up. I do have to give it about 5 to 10 minutes for the water to heat up. So we're going to just show you guys how we prime the pump, get it the basics, and then show you it at work. But I'm really excited for those of you that are curious what kind of results you can get if you step up from the Aqua Pro Vac to the Mytee Lite. I can give you my first-hand point of view. I've used this unit hard for the last 2-3 years. I know what it's capable of. I can give you a fantastic, comparison to the units to see how one would provide more value over the other. So let's go ahead and get her set up. So we've already pre-treated the seats. We're using Aqua Pro Rocket Revive It. It's a hydrogen peroxide based citrus end cap solution. We've used our drill brush. We're just going to go over it one more time. It took about 10 minutes for the water to heat up. I was able to utilize my time, clean the plastics in the front dash area while that heated up, so there wasn't really a lot of awkward downtime, but just be mindful of that. We're going to go ahead. We've got our water hot. Our pump is on. Our hot water button is on. We're going to go ahead and turn on the vacuum. it's really hot now. Puts out a lot more water with each spray than the Aqua Pro Vac did. It does spray beyond the head. That's one thing to keep in mind. Right off the bat, some things to note. The overspray definitely does go a lot wider than the Aqua Pro Vac. I find there may be a learning curve to that as far as for mopping up afterwards. I like to kind of get up close to all of the curved surfaces. But again, if you're cleaning the plastics after, it's not that big of a deal. It has really nice suction. There was some pet hair that was still in there that it was able to suck up by itself. The hot water, you could tell, was definitely kicking in. There was almost like a steam coming out from the shoe head. The seats look nice and fresh or clean. I wouldn't say that the seats are soaking wet. Did a good job. You can see we went over it a couple times. They do recommend that for every one time that you go over it with the water, 2 times, just go over it without water spraying, so that way you can suck up the water. That allows the heat pump to reheat the water, so that way you have a fresh supply of hot water. So we'll keep that in mind. I can still hear the pump and everything kind of kicking in occasionally from time to time. But all in all, solid unit. Time will tell. We are all done with our mats. We are all done with our seats. Everything is nice and clean. Our carpets look fantastic. We come in here. This seat is actually almost dry. That seat is almost dry. We come in here to our back seat, which is the most recent seats. It is just slightly damp. And carpets, I did mop up afterwards with a microfiber, but the carpets are almost dry as well. So very quick dry time. You can see all of the stains came up nicely. Our carpets, here are mats. We had a lot of soiling in this driver's side mat, and the hot water did a fantastic job of deep cleaning, far better than my Aqua Pro Vac would have done. Things that I like about the Mytee Lite 8070. One, you can see right off the bat how much water I have left in the tank. This was filled to the gills when I started. I have probably about maybe a gallon, gallon and a half. So for an entire vehicle, I did not have to refill. I didn't do the trunk area. It didn't need it, but I did do carpets, seats, and mats. So that's fantastic. The water stayed hot throughout the entire extraction, and I didn't really have any sort of lull other than the 10 minutes that we had to get the water heated. But again, like I said, we worked on the plastics while that was heated up. I like the stops. I like the fact that the hose is long enough that I could potentially park it in one spot and almost get all around the entire vehicle. Fantastic suction. So things that are different that I will have to get used to from this unit versus the Aqua Pro Vac. The hose being 15 foot long is definitely heavier to maneuver around the vehicle. The sprayer head unit is bulkier in my hand and just heavier, so there's a little bit more arm fatigue there. It did have a little bit more bulkiness to it that I wasn't able to get in quite to as many tight areas as maybe I could with my Aqua Pro Vac sprayer head. It had fantastic suction. I wasn't lacking in that area, but it is very hot if you touch those brass connections right there. That's why the heat shield is a necessity, but as I was using it, it kind of slid up, and the brass connection, I made contact with it with my skin, and it definitely, I felt it. I knew it was there, so I quickly put the heat wrap in the proper location. But you can hear every now and then that it's still kind of engaging that pump. But all in all, very solid unit. Quick turnaround for this vehicle. Customer's going to be happy. Not only did we deep clean everything, but we were able to use heat to get even deeper clean results than I would with cold water alone. So all in all, very happy with this purchase. Again, time will tell how it wears, and if I have any sort of updates, I will bring you guys in, and maybe if we have really nasty interiors, I will bring you in for a closer look at how well it can deep clean. I know some of you are interested in how I make carpentry, so I'll be curious to see how we can make carpentries with our Mytee Lite 8070. You can see this wasn't the best carpet for me to show it because you're not really going to see any sort of vacuum marks that I make. So we'll definitely do that video for you guys. It's just a quick little thing, but some of you want to see it, and I will tell you how. All right, I got a lot to finish up on this detail before soccer practice, so we're going to keep moving on this, but hopefully you guys enjoy this quick comparison of the Mytee Lite 8070, first time using it, how it compares to the Aqua Pro Vac. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to put the link for this unit as well as the Aqua Pro Vac down below for those of you that maybe you're interested in one or the other. But what do you guys think? For those of you that have used the Mytee Lite 8070, what are things that you love about it? What are things that you aren't a fan of that you wish were a little bit different? What are things that you've learned while using this? Let's spread the wealth of knowledge. So thanks guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for future videos we have coming out. But we're going to see you in the next detail. Have a great day. Stay cool. Stay safe. God bless.